What's going on, guys? I'm SimpleSimon and welcome to another One Beer, 3 Comics. Let's do this. So if you still don't know how this works by now, every episode I'm going to be drinking one beer and showing you 3 completely random comic books from my collection. So let's get straight into it. The first book I'm going to show you today is actually a sketch cover. Sketch covers is something I really want to start collecting. They're not cheap, obviously, because they're essentially commission pieces from artists. I've only got maybe 5 sketch covers in my collection, but it's something I really want to build on. And this first sketch cover is by an incredible artist named Neil McGregor. He's from Scotland, and yeah, I'm lucky enough to actually own 2 sketch covers from the guy. I'll leave a link to Neil's Instagram in the description below. Check him out on Instagram. He does some really amazing work. So the sketch cover I'm going to show you today is the first sketch cover I got from Neil, and it is this beautiful punchline commission I got from him. It's done on a Harley Quinn cover. So Neil usually actually uses a model as a reference, and this is actually like a famous cosplayer who did a really awesome punchline cosplay. I've actually seen many other sketch covers use this exact face and pose, I guess, from the cosplayer, but I gotta say, none have even come close to how good a job Neil did with this. Neil just has a real, I don't know, I'm not an art connoisseur, but I'm guessing it's like a photoreal portrait style of art, and he just absolutely nailed this punchline cover. I couldn't be more happy, but yeah, this is an absolutely gorgeous piece he done. He's also done a Something's Killing the Children cover for me and Sarah, and I really hope to get more work from him this year. Neil, if you're watching this, I've got ideas, mate. So I want to get like an A3 proper art commission from him, as well as probably another sketch cover to add to the collection. But yeah, that's a video for another day. So that is the beautiful punchline piece from Neil McGregor. Check him out on Instagram. The beer today is from One Drop Brewing Company, who were the brewing company who made the beer that I drank in the first episode. The first episode I did the Imperial Double Blueberry Sour, which has actually been my favorite sour beer I've drank so far out of the 3 episodes that I've done. So I wanted to get another one from the One Drop guys. So this one is called Imperial 444 Sour Ale, Fig, Lemon, Blackberry and Sweet Cream. It's 9.5% alcohol, and I absolutely love the art that he's got on the can. Absolutely awesome looking can. I've actually been collecting all these cans that I've been drinking. Let's read the back. Oh, look at, so on the back, it actually has a little bit of a description and story, but it's all written backwards because I guess they've gone for a little bit of a satanic sort of theme for the artwork here. But there it is there, the Imperial 444 Sour. For you guys, I will leave a link to One Drop's website in the description below. So the next book I'm going to show you is a cover. I believe I've shown one of her covers already in the first 3 episodes. A lot of people know I'm a big fan of Carla Cohen, and this is just a beautiful piece that she did. This was a book I really wanted, and then Sarah, for my 40th, I think it was, she had organized this mystery box from Carla Cohen herself, and Carla basically had a whole bunch of signed books in there, and this book was one that came in that lot. And I'm stoked because I absolutely was dying to get this cover. It's a beautiful Vampirella cover. As you can see, just a classic sort of, she basically paints her work, but this is just an absolute classic. Like, even though it's Vampirella and, you know, she's like half naked lady, it just has a real classy, old school, I don't know how to describe it, but I remember when I was a kid, I'd go to people's houses and they'd have like paintings of like, you know, half naked ladies, but it was like the style was very realistic and very nice looking art, and this is what that reminds me of. I really wanted this cover, and as you can see here, it's got a nice real signature. There's the printed signature there, and then you get the real Carla Cohen signature right there. Absolutely love Carla's work. So that is the second comic book there, so feast your eyes on that, and then we'll get to the pouring of the beer. Today's glass, once again, is brought to you by Captain Sorrow and her Powerpuff Girls pint glass. If you watched the last episode of 1 Beer 3 Comics, I filmed that yesterday. So, and today's New Year's Eve. Just for your information, I'm filming on New Year's Eve, and I might even film another episode straight after this. Who knows? We'll see how we go. But here we go with the pour. Excited to see what color this is. I have a weird feeling the color's going to kind of be similar to the can. So let's have a look. Ready for this? Ooh. Hopefully this actually fits in this glass. Well, this color is very similar to the, it reminds me a lot of the blueberry one that I had from them. So there it is there. Tell me in the comments what color that is, because again, I am colorblind. It looks like there's a few chunks in there floating around. I mean, it reminds me a little bit of the slushy one that I had in episode 2, which I wasn't a huge fan of. So again, the flavors in this are fig, lemon, blackberry, and sweet cream. So it's an interesting combination. Sorry, I'll leave the can here. Here's the taste test. There's definitely a few floaties in there, but cheers. Oh, that's sour. Ooh, that's a good amount of sour. Oh, you know what's funny? The last sour I had was the super sour from Hope Brewery. That was probably the most sour one I've had. I'm gonna guess over time, the more I drink these, the less sour face I'm gonna get, which sucks because I love getting sour face. It's my favorite part. It's definitely very sour. It's definitely the type of sour that I like. But yeah, just because I had that super sour yesterday, I feel like it's nothing compared to that. It's pretty good though, I'm down with that. So one of the things I'm supposed to be doing in every episode is also shouting out another comic book channel. And last episode, I completely forgot to do that. However, I still kind of shouted out a channel. I shouted out my boy Escargo80 because he actually helped me get a book. So I did put a link to his channel last episode. So I don't want to forget to shout out a channel for this episode. And I've got a bit of a trend. I'm shouting out channels that I know are beer guys, you know? And you know what, even Escargo80, who I kind of shouted out in the last episode, he's not a beer guy, but he's a whiskey guy. So, you know, he loves a drink. So today I'm going to shout out MARC SPECTOR Comics. David is a really cool dude, and he actually has his own video series called Comics and Beer, I think he calls it. I actually didn't realize this, and I think he's been doing it a lot longer than me because he's an actual proper beer guy, where he actually has a whole bunch of mail call. Excuse me. He unboxes his comic book mail call and unboxes beer mail call. I mean, I remember Greyman used to get beer mail call, but yeah, I didn't know it was such a common thing. So yeah, I watched an episode of David's video. And yeah, he unboxes comics and unboxes beers. It was actually quite good. So check out MARC SPECTOR Comics. There'll be a link in the description below. And David, if you're watching this, cheers to you, mate. I'm running out of beer guys to shout out though. I don't know how many other channels I can think of that are actual beer guys. So I had this thought, right? I know not a lot of people watch this video series so far. I mean, most of my videos don't get a lot of views, but you know, this one in particular it gets very low views. How funny would it be if, let's say, 1 Beer 3 Comics just took off overnight? It just, the right person saw it, shared it, and said, look at this comic book loser drinking beer, it's a good video. And then all of a sudden this series just went viral and got all these views, and I was making all this money off this series, right? And I was like, oh my God, I need to make more beer videos to make more money off YouTube, right? Imagine that happened, and then it was just this slow decline of me turning into an alcoholic, because like I'd be trying to knock out like 3 episodes a day and things like that. I think that would be pretty funny. Not for me, but you know, for you guys watching. Ooh, I will show you the last comic book, finish this drink, and I'll let you know where I rank it amongst the other beers that I've drank so far. So I did mention last episode that I want to try to show you at least one key comic book every episode. It's not going to necessarily be a big key every episode because I'm not a huge key guy. I collected keys when I first started collecting comic books, and then COVID happened and keys got very expensive. But this one here is very fitting for the t-shirt I'm wearing. This is the Star Wars issue 1, the original first print here. Got a great story behind this one. I found it at the Yarraville Comic and Toy Fair. I did do a vlog from that video series, so you can check out my Yarraville videos. There was a father and son at a table selling, and they had the first 4 issues of the original Star Wars run, and I couldn't believe the price tag. It was $300 for all 4 issues. I mean, the first issue alone is obviously about that. Plus I had issue 2, which has, you know, the first Han Solo and I think Obi-Wan and things like that. I just couldn't believe it was $300. I eyed it off. I only had $300 to spend that day, so I was just like, I don't want to just get there and then blow my $300 on one sale and that's it, right? Sorry. Sarah said to me, if you don't buy that, someone else will buy it and you'll be spewing. And I was like, that's true. I really, really want that. So I approached the seller and I just started looking at it, and I was just questioning. I was like, man, that's really cheap. And he goes, yeah, it was actually his son's book, and I think his son probably is not as into comic books as his dad was. So it actually belonged to his son, who was actually quite young, and he even said, we'll accept any reasonable offer as well. And I was like, really? And to be honest, I didn't want to ask for a discount. It was $300. It was a good deal, but again, I only had $300 to spend, so I was like, would you do $270? He looked at his son and he goes, how about $280? And that's actually what I wanted it for. I didn't want to, you know, I didn't want to bust his balls too much. $280 was actually what I wanted for, and he came up to that, so it's perfect. Got a $20 discount, $280 for the first 4 issues of the original Star Wars. You cannot beat that. That was a win in my books. So yeah, cheers to you guys. All right, this beer, I liked it. Where do I rank it? Flavor wise, it was actually very similar to the tropical super sour that I had in the last one, or that I had yesterday. I would probably rank this, ooh, I still think the blueberry one I had in episode 1 from One Drop was the best one I had. It's a really nice flavor and a little bit more simple. Like, I feel like the tropical and this, there's a lot of different flavors going on. You know, they're putting like tropical was like a whole bunch of citrusy stuff. This had what? Fig, lemon, blackberry, sweet cream, like a whole bunch of ingredients going on there. So the flavor is a little bit hard to pinpoint on what it really is. I'm gonna rank this probably number 3. This is the 4th beer I've had so far in this series. I'm gonna rank it number 3. I'm gonna give the tropical sour from the last episode a little bit better than this. Main reason because they kind of tasted a little bit similar. You know what? The flavor was probably a little bit better in this one, to be honest. But the sour in the previous one was just absolutely kick-ass. So yeah, I still really like this. So far, it was only one that I haven't really enjoyed, which was the episode 2 slushy one that I had, but I'll rate this beer. I'd recommend it. And that is all for this one. Maybe if you guys are new to this, I might see if I can get a playlist going together with the first 3 episodes. So if I've done that by the time this comes out, that'll be in the description below. Check out Mark Spector Comics. His link will be in the description below, as well as any information on the One Drop Brewing Company. If you guys are still watching this video, I appreciate you. I'm not that drunk. 9.5 ain't nothing like that 12% that I had in the previous one. Stop talking. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a like, leave a comment, all that good stuff. And until next time, I'm SimpleSimon. Tell your friends and keep it simple.